Okay. Had to get reconnected to Facebook there. I think we should be live now. See if we get some people in here so I can get my microphone check. Check 1, 2. I can't. Can you guys hear me out there? Am I getting my chats like I should? Yep, okay. So we got the microphone check 1, 2. Okay. What's going on, Mecha Heads? What's going on? Josh, Mark Stage, MJ, G Off, Haslage, Pops, Josh Coe. How you guys doing this evening? What's going on, Eric? What's up, everybody? What's going on, Mr. Mike Madison? Well, I hope everybody's off to having a good week. We made it to hump day. We got Wednesday night live here, Bud Talk Live. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel there if you're watching on YouTube. Like and share me on Facebook here. What's going on, Jim? Try to get a few more people in here this evening. Share us up. I got a couple of things, a couple of announcements we're going to go for tonight. One of them might not be the funnest, but the other one's pretty good. So try to get a few people in here, like it up, share it up. What's going on, Jeremy? In the meantime, here, we'll start real quick. We do got 2 shows coming up this weekend. We got the Flopbox Easter show and then the Boys and Girls Haven show here at the JCTC Southwest in Louisville. So we got 2 pretty good events going on this weekend. So those are coming up. It looks like we got to about 30 people. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and make this announcement, the not so fun one first. So I don't know, for about 2 or 3 weeks now, we've been working on this and trying to get things figured out. And so anyways, for World Finals this year, our dates are going to have to change. It's not necessarily what we want to do. However, there's a clause in the contract, and there's another more outstanding, long-lasting contract that is there, and they've pulled one of the clauses in their contract. So basically, we got given a choice to move or whatever, and we spent a couple weeks here really trying to figure something out. But I guess at the end of it all, our hands are just kind of tied. So we're going to move finals to December 2nd and 3rd. And like I said, it's not really the ideal thing we wanted to do, but it kind of is what it is. We're going to still make the best of it. But again, I'll be making a post on Facebook here right after we sign off so that you guys can share that around. And we'll be getting the website flyer and all that good stuff changed in the next day or so. Yeah, it's the first weekend of December. So those are the new dates. It's going to still be at the Louisville Fair and Expo Center. And I guess we still have 8 months to get ready. So I just want to let everybody know about that. Like I said, not the greatest thing on earth, but we're going to make the best of it. And I still got a pretty positive outlook on this year's finals. It's still going to be, yeah, I know, Josh, but like I said, there really ain't nothing I can do about it. So that's what we got left with, and that's what we're going to have to do. The points cutoff won't change since that's already in the rule book. So the points cutoff will stay the same. We'll still operate that like normal. The shows in between will go towards next year's finals. But yeah, so that takes care of that one. And again, if you guys have questions or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer them. Yeah, it's still in Kentucky, Omar. But anyways, unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot we could do about that. We spent the better part of 3 weeks here trying to figure something else out. Just couldn't make it happen. So, we're gonna end up at the Louisville Fair and Expo Center just like we originally planned. It's just gonna be different dates. And again, I will make a public post here on that as soon as the live's over, so we can get that squared away for anybody that's been trying to make plans and all that good stuff. What's going on, Carmelo, Tony, Landon? But so that's the one little thing. We'll get over that hump and get it going there. Other than that, everything's going pretty good here. Getting things together, working on a couple more 4Xs. I think we should have a couple more coming for you guys in some different states here. So we've been working on that. Obviously, getting ready for all the busy months that are coming up ahead. Lots of shows still going up on the calendar. And let's see. So we got some more people watching us again. I'll go ahead and let you know we do have 2 events this weekend. The Flopbox Easter show and then the Boys and Girls Haven show at JCTC in Louisville. What's going on, Bing? Yeah, everybody get ready. Like me up. Share me up. I'm ready to get it going. So, what's going on, Whitney? So now that the hard part's out of the way, we'll keep on trucking here on the live. If you got questions about rules or anything, let me know. Yeah, I got my snapback on today. And again, I did say I got another announcement too. I think this one's going to hit on a little bit more of a positive note. I really think so. I think it's going to be good for some things moving forward. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy. Some people maybe not, but I'm pretty happy about it. So I do got one more announcement we can make here. That, like I said, I think it's a lot more positive than our first one. So the other thing I wanted to let everybody know this evening was, we've been thinking for basically since we took over here. We started kind of messing with the dueling demos thing and trying to make it more serious and I don't know, actually something that you can be proud of if you do good or you win or all that stuff. I think we're pushing the ball really in the correct direction. Still lots of work left to do and things to, figure out and refine. But anyway, so obviously you guys know we've spent a lot of time, working with dueling demos. And at the same time, we've been working that stuff, we have a head of sound pressure. We have a head of sound quality. A couple weeks ago, I told you guys we were going to start trying to shine more light on the show and shine program. So we have a couple guys heading up our show and shine program now. And, the long and the short of it is we feel like Dueling Demos is kind of going to end up in its own land as well. And so we thought, what a better way to kind of kick the ball that direction than to give us a head of Dueling Demos. So we took a little trip up to Ohio last weekend and got to hang out with you guys and stuff. And I had a really good talk with the guy that's been on my mind for probably the better part of the year about this. But anyways, I want to let everybody know, and MECA would like to congratulate Mr. Sidney Wright, who's going to be the new head of Dueling Demos. I've got Sidney in the waiting room here. I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to let you guys talk to him. We've had a couple brief conversations about this. I just wanted to bring him on, introduce him to anybody that didn't know him, and just let you know that, we're trying to take another correct step in this direction for Dueling Demos here. And let's see. So for the rest of this thing, I'm going to get Sidney on here, click my button. Let me see my chat. So here we go. I think we got Sidney on here now. Do we got Sidney?
Well, howdy, y'all.
Guys see Sidney? What's going on, Colin, Kevin?
Can you hear me?
Can you guys hear Sid?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I might need to turn you down. They can probably hear you on mine too. Okay. Yep, they can hear you. They can hear you, Mr. Sidney. Can you see their comments or anything?
What's going down, y'all? Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay.
Loud and clear. That's what I'm talking about. It's No Shave Wednesday.
No Shave Wednesday. I'm on there with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What up, Mayo?
I'm sitting here thinking about getting my headphones out so I can hear him. There we go.
I gotta be in the lanes to get DQ'd.
Yeah. So do you guys?
What's up, Tony?
You guys that are on here with us, did you have any questions for Sidney? If you don't, I'll ask him some. I don't know if my questions will be as good as yours, but I can ask him some if you guys don't have any. Did you guys have any questions for Mr. Sidney here? Looks like a bunch of congratulations.
A whole bunch of congrats and a whole bunch of DQs.
Yeah, we expected that, but I guess I'll ask him a question. So I guess this is something that, like I said, it's been on my mind for a while. You definitely been standing out. We really know where your loyalty lies with the club, and we love you. And we're really looking forward to seeing where we can take this whole thing with you trying to, help us out. So I guess with that being said, how do you feel about becoming the head of Dueling Demos, Sidney?
It's definitely a huge accomplishment that I feel. You know what I mean? I've had a lot of time over the years in Dueling Demos, trying to get Dueling Demos together, whether it be rulebook related all the way to actually competing myself, helping other people, pick their game up in the lanes. And I've just seen it grow and grow and grow. And like, that's that's my preferred game. You know, to showcase your whole vehicle at one time in front of everybody, and it just sounds good. Like you know, that's cream of the crop to me. I just love it. I
Yeah. So
appreciate it.
the dueling demos is pretty much Sydney's passion. I think most of you that know him know that. So I think this is really good for MECA and dueling demos. Let's see. It does look like one guy did ask us a question. So he says, "How would one make it to where I can get sound out of the front of the vehicle on Mod Street class?"
Well, Mod Street and Street, um, you know, a lot of the times the vehicle itself, positioning of the speakers that are within the vehicle, kind of help that situation out. Um, but you pretty much just got to play. You know, I don't know what kind of vehicle you have, but um, you just got to get in there and start playing with it, man. You know, I listen to cars on the inside and on the outside when I'm, you know, playing with my systems, customer systems, anybody. I try to listen to both and get a happy medium for that kind of, you know, pull over and open my doors and hey, we're gonna jam out to this one song for 30 seconds and, you know, get on down the road. But yeah, there's a lot to it. You know, you might be able to reposition a speaker depending on your class to kind of give some reflectives, you know, check them front doors, them windows, you know. You got to play with it a little bit.
He says, so in modified speaker enclosures in front have to be below the floor or pinch weld while also not obstructing from bumper to bumper. I'm not really sure I 100% understand that question. You can, in modified class, you can have speakers behind your grills and things like that. They just can't protrude in front of the bumper lines. I think that's my answer. I don't know. We might need to go
Yeah, the
go
outside circumference.
right. So hopefully that answers your question there, Stephen. Um, some other guys are talking about angles on your speakers and things for
Yeah,
trying to get the sound
Madison
out the
definitely
front.
knows a lot about them angles.
Oh yeah. So Colin, to answer that question is if it's not even, then you're gonna lose points there. And so in those lower classes, you're definitely at a disadvantage on 360 sound, but so is everybody else in the class. Um, you know, I know that might seem silly, but basically it's not a sliding scale score sheet. It's just a score sheet, and we're going to judge to that, you know, the way it is for now. And it's to me, it's not that they're not hearing it. It's that it's probably a good 6 to 9 dB quieter. And to me, that's basically a dead zone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Sydney might feel the same way, but I definitely understand what you're trying to convey there, Colin, because yes, you usually can still hear it. Um, but what we're looking for is when it, you know, when it really falls off, when there's no direction. So
Yeah,
I hope that that answers the first part of it. And
yeah. With you know,
as far
that's
as crowd, go ahead, Sid.
that's the class that I, you know, excelled in myself when I was in the lanes, street class. And I'm gonna tell you what, it was not easy. But once I found how to do what I needed to do, I just kept moving forward with it. That front sound was one of the main things I focused on, believe it or not. My bass, not being too much to everything, all the way around the whole shebang, and my front sound, because everything else was going to fall in line with that. And once I found my right level, you wouldn't get that super dead spot on one of my cars. It would, it'd fall, but it wouldn't drop completely out. So I would suggest, trying to work on something like that. When I'm out there, if you notice, this season so far and a few shows towards last season, I haven't technically been judging dueling demos cars. So what I've been doing is I've been watching the crowds. I've been paying attention, to certain little aspects that a judge might not see. Usually when I'm judging a car, I do pay attention to the crowd. I'm always kind of just glancing, just doing a little quick glance up. That's all, we try to encourage, giving a little bit of thought to what people are doing in the crowd. If they're looking at the car and they're dancing and they're singing and they're having a good old time, that's going to net you some points. So we definitely are striving to have everybody on that level and also make sure that the crowd is being paid attention at the same time.
Okay, so he also said, trying to get the best score possible. If I were to mount some dome tweeters to the top of my door panel facing outside, blah, blah, blah. So if you're talking modified street, is that what we're talking? Are we talking modified street? If we're talking modified street, I would think since you're allowed a molded door panel, you probably could get away with something like that. if we're talking modified street, for street class, that would be a lot more difficult. And all right, well, good. Then I think hopefully, since we are talking mod street, hopefully that answered your question there. I think that's probably you think the same thing, Sydney. You get it. You get to hear from me a lot more often now. Are you happy about that?
No, that sounded right up the alley. Mod Street is a modification of Street, so as long as the rest of as long as the build fits in the confines that it's supposed to, your whole levels, you should be right in there.
Awesome. All right. So it looks like a lot of excitement there. I got a lot of my Ohio guys in here. I know Shannon and I are really looking forward to seeing what we can do here. I think we've got some pretty good players in place now, across the board, really. So now we can really start building on these blocks. And again, if you guys have any other questions here, I'll probably try to let Sid go here in 5 or 10 minutes. But did you have anything you would like to say to everybody, Sid?
Sorry, I didn't hear that last part. I was reading the messages. What'd you say?
I said, did you have anything you wanted to say to everybody, or?
No, just pretty much, keep your eyes and ears open. We got a few more things coming up for the books for you. Ohio might get a something special this year too. So, we got a couple good. We got a couple nice shows coming up. We got one at the airport. We've got a 2-day festival coming up later on this year. It's one. I've got to get the information out there for contact. There's going to be some things that some MECA heads might want to get into, and it's going to be pretty cool for everybody. It's going to be a 2-day event.
Heck yeah!
So get on the MECA show, MECA website and check that out. And I'll have some stuff posted here in the next day or two about it all.
MECAcaraudio.com.
MECAcaraudio.com.
But yeah, I know we're all working on more events here, so that's really good news. I know about the airport
Yep, in
show.
August.
I think I'm actually going to go up there and see somebody next weekend here about that one, and then we'll have us another announcement to make maybe. So let's see. When judges put lower score on, okay, so I'm assuming you're asking about the clarity section of the score sheet. And the easiest way to explain that is if you go into the rule book, there is a criteria there. And basically, what you're looking for is, dullness, harshness, distortion, things of that nature, resonance. Um, it's a lot of, I don't want to say sound quality because it's not necessarily sound quality, but it is related pretty heavily when you're talking about distortion and all that good stuff. We're not necessarily looking for staging and things of that nature because we're judging 360 sound. So we're not really kind of looking at those things, but we are listening and you know trying to listen for rattles and if the speakers are making noise, if they're overpowered, if they're ripping your ears out. uh I don't know. There's several things I guess that you're looking for, but if you go into the rule book and read the criteria, that should give you a little bit better of an understanding of where the points values are coming from. And Colin would like your friend request. Okay, so they said there's a 2-day in Columbus. Is that what you said?
No, it won't be in Columbus. It'll be approximately 45 minutes away of
Okay.
Columbus.
And then
Like I
another
said, just
person,
keep your eyes and ears open. Next couple days, I'll have some more announcements on it.
we'll get those up and posted as quick as we can, and hopefully we can talk about them next live show. Uh, he said, will it be SPL both days?
It'll be it should be it's SPL on Sunday only. Everything else both days.
Right. So, Colin, I guess to an extent you could say that, yes. What's going on, QK? Um, to an extent, and I use that, kind of, I don't know, lightly because it does have a lot to do also with the volume. Basically, who can play it the loudest and the cleanest is what we're looking for. So like I said, if you kind of read that criteria, you'll see that some of the criteria actually, will say at lower volume or things like that. So if you don't have the volume, then you're going to kind of automatically start getting those lower end scores, especially if you have issues with your sound. Um, and to answer that question, Mike Madison, that's just kind of what was there. And I think we just kind of left it that way as we got into trying to talk about some other things and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know that it continues that way, but obviously we've got, some new brains to pick and things like that. And, you know, not all ideas, regardless of who the leader is, actually get to go through. I mean, we do have a small little process that goes on behind the scenes. So, I mean, it's not usually just one guy or one gal making 100%, stone cold decisions usually when it comes to the rules and things like that. So that's definitely something we'll probably be talking about at the end of the year. I'm sure we'll have a lot more to talk about this year. What's going on, Robert? Um, okay. What's going on, Tony? Doesn't look like we're getting much more questions. How you doing,
What's up,
Tony?
Gary?
Eric, Chad, snapbacks and tattoos. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Madison. It's a question that we're still looking at some answers to a few different things. So, like Bud was saying, we consider all questions, all suggestions. We bring that to the table and we talk about it. We try to figure it out. So those are some of the things that we'll continue to be talking about and trying to figure out as we move forward. They'll, in the future, there might be some more changes and just that different things to grow the division and to just make it absolutely solidified in what we're trying to achieve here. Um, so, yep.
Yeah, I agree with those. With that, I agree with all that stuff. 4 18-inch door panels coming. I hear that, man.
DQ.
I mean, I don't know. I got a feeling we're gonna have to have some other stuff gone over too after the end of this year. But I kind of went over the dueling demo stuff this year and how we're doing it this year, pops. Um, I went and met with Sydney and talked to those guys, and I mean that's pretty much what it is. We're just trying to get everybody on a similar page. Unfortunately, it is one of those classes where it's a person that's listening and you're getting their opinion, and they're giving you the best opinion that they can give. I really feel like we have some of the best judges that there are, and I really like to say all of them, really try to do the right thing. So if you just listen to what they have to say, they're probably not telling you something that's wrong, regardless of who it is. The scoring, the scale might be slightly different from place to place, just because it is such a new thing that we've given a score sheet to. And, like I said last year and even earlier this year, I fully expect dueling demos to take another at least another year or two before we get it close to where we think it's where we're confident in saying, hey, this is pretty good, guys. We're still learning, trying to make it more serious. And I think that I really feel like everybody's kind of on that same page. It's something that we all know we want to put some effort into, but at the same time it's just a slow process. I I might have an answer, Brandon. What's your question there, Brandon? I'm only going to keep Sydney for a few more minutes here, so if you have any last minute questions before I let him sign out, um, get them asked now. We'll bring them up on the screen here. And this is your opportunity to have a little chat with Sydney, the new head director of Dueling Demos. Again, I'm pretty happy about announcing this. I've been working with Sid and judging with him for I don't know, probably the better part of 12 years, close to it. So I'm really happy he's still here standing with me, and we're gonna do it to it, I think.
Oh, it's not past my bedtime. You know better than that.
Well, if Colin, if Daryl's interested, Uh, I love Daryl. If he wants to, if he wants to, come talk to us and let us show him what we're looking at and stuff, I'd love to let him have a shot at that. I couldn't really think of anybody better either, Nilo. So that's why we're here, man. Um, yeah. All right. So it looks like we got most everybody answered their Grandpa Sydney. Um, Tony says
With that,
there.
Tony,
So I um there were a lot of adjustments to the rules, but I don't really think any of them were going to affect the way people were classed to an extent. But yeah, people are always more than welcome to send us their photos and things like that. Um, did you want to answer that, Sydney?
well, on the part with the, getting the questions with like detailed photos and stuff like that, I'm more than happy to look at people's stuff. I invite people to hit me up in PM. That's going to be the best way to get to me. I keep everybody kind of in the same area. And if you don't have Facebook, you can text me. My number's public. It's all over every flyer. It's on my Facebook page. It's everywhere. It's a business line. It's my direct line. It's my personal cell phone. Um, but the problem with it is no matter how great and detailed the explanation or the pictures are, more oftentimes than not, when that car shows up in the lanes, there was one little tiny detail that might have been left out or something we didn't see in the picture quite right or something there. And then that could cause, a little bit of a ripple because, somebody might have told you, yes, 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 everything's a good and go. And then you get to the show and that one thing, that person might not have seen or understood exactly. So it could get a little tricky like that. So I still suggest, sending those questions out whenever people have those questions, concerns, but also be prepared to, come to that next show and pull somebody to the side and let's go over it again and just make sure, face to face that everything is, up to par in the way it's supposed to be. It gets kind of hard with, that kind of stuff.
Bell asks, are they going to have to get trained again? So if you were at the training in Kentucky, I went and saw Sid this weekend. We talked about it. I think as far as this year is concerned, we're pretty much, we're good to go. So if you were at the training in Kentucky, you're good to go for the rest of this year. As far as, talking about training again or anything like that, to me, the sound quality and the dueling demo stuff is something that really you have to really keep doing it and keep drilling yourself. So I don't want to say that you never have to get trained again or anything like that, because in a perfect world, I think that you know as judges of those types of formats, we're all constantly training. But to answer the question in 100%, fashion, no, you don't have to get retrained for doing demos.
I always look at it like this. If we have one main training session a year for SPL or SQL, doing demos, show and shine, anything we have on our portfolio, um, and you can make it, it's definitely best to make it every time. Because what that does, sometimes you might have the same classmates. You might get some new information. You might have some refresh of some information that you might not have remembered, and then everybody's together. So then everybody's learning together again, and they're just refreshing themselves. And anything new comes up, it's all right there, ready to go. We can ask questions. Um, so if you can, it's definitely a try to make it to each one that you make it to.
For sure. And then I guess real quick while we're kind of touching on, rules and things like that. So, another thing, as we get questions, complaints, compliments, all that good stuff, we try to take note and then we talk about those things at the end of the year. One of the things that we really try not to do is we do not really change what our rule book says after we've put it out. We pretty much leave it alone, and if we forgot it or we did something we didn't quite realize we did, we just kind of suck that up, and then we'll kind of go over it again at the end of the year, and that's when you'll see some things kind of get changed or ironed out. um like I said, even for the dueling demo stuff, I didn't really think we changed a lot of things that would affect where people were already being classed. Um, uh, I looked at the majority of those things as kind of like clarifications. I mean, yeah, the tweeter rule, changed from 3 to 4 inches. There was a few things like that, but for the most part, none of the rules changed. They just got clarified into what they were already supposed to be. Um, so hopefully that kind of makes sense there. That's a lot of the rules that I even see people talking about, like, oh, it changed. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, the rule didn't change. We just spelled out what it was already supposed to be. Um, so uh, a lot of times we're not really doing things to try to affect people's classing or anything like that. We're doing things to make it clear so everybody understands what they're allowed to do. That way we don't, um, that way we don't end up with certain people getting to do certain things that other people don't realize that they can do. So that's kind of what we shoot for when we're doing the rule book thing. What's going on, Aaron Bode? I'm trying to catch up on the little chat here real quick. Looks like I'm not seeing any other questions for the night here, Sydney. And we've been going for about almost 45 minutes here. So, again, I just want to thank you for coming on here with me and talking with us tonight, answering people's questions. I just want to say that, Shannon and I are super excited, and we're really glad. You've always been on board with us, but we're glad that to give you this next step on our journey here. And I'm going to let Sydney tell you guys bye if he has any last things to say. And then I'll kind of wrap the show up from there. So, any last minute words there for everybody, Sydney, and we'll let you say good night.
All right. Hey, Lauren, I'll see you down there. Thanks, Mark. And again, thanks, Bud, Shannon. Like I said, it's an honor. It's one of the things I hold dear to my heart. This type of format, and hell, MECA in general. Um, so I definitely appreciate this opportunity, and that's all we're gonna do is keep growing, baby. And like I seen a couple comments there that said they want to try some dueling demos. Man, that's all you got to do. Open them doors up, turn that music on, find you a song that sounds like butter to your soul, and bring it on out here to the lanes and let us judge it. You'll have fun, I guarantee it.
Sydney's butter to our soul. I mean, you find music that's butter to your soul and bring it.
And bring it.
That's right. We're all super excited, Sydney. And again, thanks, man. Uh, I guess we'll be seeing you again. I'll probably I'll bring you on again a few more times throughout the year. Maybe as they start getting more questions for us,
Yep, no problem.
all that good stuff. But you have a good night, man, and we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right. All right. So that's pretty exciting. Um, pretty happy about that again. That was the first that was the good thing I had for tonight. I know I got a lot of new people watching. Those of you that did miss it, I had to announce that we're moving our World Finals dates to the first weekend of December. Again, that is not something that we wanted to do, but other basically, some contract stuff and a clause in the contract and things like that. So we kind of got tied up and pushed into a corner there, and we're going to make the best of it. And we're still really looking forward to this year's World Finals, and I'm pretty confident that it's going to be one for the books here. So everybody get ready for that. We'll be getting the information corrected on all that stuff, and get all that squared away here. I'll make a public post after the live's over this evening. So for those of you that missed it, I'm just making that announcement one more time. Um, it's definitely going to be a busy season. Definitely going to be a busy season, Mr. Tom. Yeah, Michael, it did. I'm not, like I said, I'm not really thrilled about it, but we're going to make do and do what we can. There wasn't a whole lot we could do about that one. So, and hey, I'm sure doing it at that time we'll at least be doing it by ourselves, and oh, it did. It lets you contact or comment. Well, you're still going to have to pre-register, and the cutoff date will likely be 2 weeks before. So that'll be the cutoff date, and then obviously we will let people probably register at the show like we did last year for the higher price. But unfortunately, I understand the concern. Like I said, I wasn't super happy about it either, Josh, but we're gonna have to make that work this time. And then, you know, I got a couple things up my sleeve for next year. We're gonna I got me a plan. I'm not, that's not gonna happen to me again. So that's all I can say about that. But you know, I understand, and I wish there was something I could do to to really help you there. But basically, it's going to be December 2nd and 3rd, and we will open pre-registration, and it will get cut off about 2 weeks beforehand. So that's the plan right now. Kenneth Wilson, the answer is yes. Um, we had to move it back to December 2nd and 3rd. I think I said it on here a couple times. I'll be making a post. I've actually already got it ready. I just wanted to, kind of tell everybody on live first, so you guys could smack me and yell at me and all that good stuff. And then, we get that over with and we go out here and we make it work. Charles, it's not relocated. We just basically had to move the dates. The same location. It'll be the same location. We just had to move the dates. I mean, once they pulled the clause thing out of the contract like that, I mean, we did try to look around and things like that, but you know, at the end of the day, we just kind of felt, the best move was what we had, because all the other locations that we were looking at, their dates were looking about the same. So we kind of got our hands tied there. And but the good thing is only the dates have moved. The location is the same. Yeah, Tony, there's really not. I wish there was, but it's kind of the way it is. A lot of these larger venues, like we really wanted to use for our 25th anniversary, they're kind of booked up. And, you know, we started shoot. I mean, we've been dealing with the convention center since before World Finals last year, trying to set this up. And this is, you know, whatever, how we got repaid. But, I, you know, this isn't really something I wanted to do again, but we're gonna make it happen, Captain. And I do understand the concerns. I have the same concerns you do, sir. But we're gonna make the best of it. And you know, I hope that all you guys are gonna be there with me, making the best of it. Also, it does snow in Kentucky, Charles, and that's the time of the year where you kind of really don't know what you're gonna get. So, I mean, uh, you know, like I said, it'll be hit or miss, but I'm gonna hit. You know, I mean, that's just kind of the way it is. I can't let that set me back. I got nothing but positive vibes, baby. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna put on a good event, and I know that all you guys, that even the ones that might not be so happy about it, you're gonna do the best you can to make it happen too. So, you know, that's what matters, and it's still gonna be a great show. And we got a lot of other cool stuff that we're working on trying to make happen for the show. It does give us a little bit more time to prepare. It definitely gives you competitors, uh, more time to sneak up on somebody. But all right, so it looks like we're caught up in the chat here. Yeah, maybe you will, Omar. Maybe you will, sir. Again, one more time. We got two shows coming up this weekend. One at the Boys and Girls Haven, or not at the Boys and Girls Haven, but it's the Boys and Girls Haven Car Show hosted at JCTC Southwest in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to donate some of the proceeds to the Boys and Girls Club. So come out and help us raise some funds for a good cause this weekend in Louisville. I'm pretty sure Shannon and I will be there, and Selena will be there judging. We also have the Flop Box Easter show coming up at Ballard Field this weekend. So all you guys head over to the mecacaraudio.com webpage, check out the event schedule. If you have any questions, contact your event directors. They'll be happy to help you out. Um, one more time before I forget tonight. Any of you guys that still need to pre-register for Slam, make sure you put MECA down for your primary interest, and we'll enter your name into a chance to win an invite or win an entry to MECA's World Finals this year. So any of you guys that are getting ready to do that, make sure you do that. Don't forget to vote for your MECA Heads of the Month on mecacaraudio.com. If you're watching on Facebook, head on over to MECA Official on YouTube, like and subscribe there. I've got a video uploading right now. I think I reconed the speaker. Well, I don't think I did. I did. I reconed the speaker and made a little video about that. I know I've done it on live a couple of times, but I went ahead and made a video for YouTube, so it'll be there for you guys to see, forever pretty much. Um, Pretty simple video. I think it's pretty long though, unfortunately, but get over to MECA Official, like and subscribe there. There'll be more content there. I think I'm going to build a headrest stand next and maybe talk about the headrest jig and stuff. And then I'll probably get into the rule books a little bit, maybe. Who knows? But I think I'll be doing some walk around videos and things like that at some of the events. So make sure you get over there and check it out. There's some content starting to get on there now. I finally got that stuff kind of figured out. I'm sure it'll get better as we go. But make sure you get over there and like and subscribe to me. And we'll keep that content coming, hopefully. And then, as always, make sure you like and subscribe to the Facebook page. No, make sure you like and follow the Facebook page. Right here at the Mobile Electronics Competition Association page, the official page here that we're going live from. I think that's getting pretty close to what I had for this evening. The two shows, the World Finals thing, and the more exciting and more fun thing there, Mr. Sidney Wright. Congratulations, our new head of dueling demos. So we got a pretty strong team now heading things up. We got Joe at the head of SPL. We got Tony at the sound quality helm. We got Kevin Mayo and Julio at the show and shine steering wheel. And now we got Mr. Sidney over there on the dueling demo bus. We're going to try to make things happen and try to grow all these formats into some bigger, better, funner. Is that like gooder? Is that like doing gooder? We're going to have some funner stuff, some more better events. And as far as dueling demos is concerned, is butter. I mean, you find that makes your soul feel like butter and bring it. Miguel, unfortunately, no, I won't be there. We will be at the Boys and Girls Club Saturday, and I don't think we'll be able to make that one. But I believe that is where we will be, is at the Boys and Girls Haven car show this weekend. Heading that up, or not heading that up, but we'll be there with Selena to help her if she needs it. And yeah. So that's pretty much, gonna do it, I think, for Bud Talk Live Wednesday night. I hope everybody's having a good week. My week's going okay. It's going to go a little bit better now that I've got that announcement out of the way. Again, like I said, that wasn't really something that I was looking forward to, and we really did work hard to try to figure something else out. But it is what it is again, and we'll see everybody in December. I know you guys will understand and be there, and we'll be there too, putting on a great show. And then again, like I said, congratulations to Mr. Sidney Wright. Did anybody else that's on here have any questions for me this evening before I clock out? I'll give you guys about, another minute or so here. If you got any rule questions, any other questions I can answer for you, I'll be happy to let you know. I don't really think we'll ever go too far north or too far south there, Charles. It just don't don't really make much sense. I like to try to keep it, I don't know. I like to stay somewhere between basically Indianapolis and Nashville, maybe a little bit to the west. But that seems to be like pretty central. I know some people, they still have to make those 12, 13, 20 hour drives. Some of you, um, I get it. But we pretty much try to keep our finals in a pretty central location. But I'm not going to say never. Heck yeah, Larry. Well, I'm sure they're looking forward to seeing you there, man. And again, it doesn't look like I'm getting any more questions. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this evening. I think I'm pretty much done for the night. Congratulations, Sydney. Thanks everybody for hanging, and we'll see you next week. Head over to MECA Official on YouTube, like and subscribe. Like I said, I finally got some videos going there. I'm uploading a new one right now. So make sure you head over there and like it. And until next time, keep it loud and clear, MECA heads.